Hi everyone, welcome back to Stuttering Tech. I'm the one and only Stuttering Drew. Today I come to give my thoughts on the POCO X3 NFC. Before I do so, please support the channel by subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. And also hit that bell notification icon. Now this phone has a starting price of about around, I believe the conversion rate is about $229 to $235. I've seen it selling for $229 right now. I will leave a link in the description down below to where you can go and pick this phone up at different price points. But yeah, I compare this phone to the Xiaomi Mi Note 9S, a phone that I have done a review on this channel before. Is a very good budget phone. But I also, with this phone, comes in two models just like the Mi Note 9S. You have the 64 gig or a 128 gig storage option, and it also has micro SD expansion up to 256 gig. This phone also has a 6.67 inch IPS display. It has the 20 megapixel punch hole camera. Around back, you get a main shooter of a 64 megapixel camera. You also have a 13 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro, and you also have a depth sensor, and you have flash. You also get a 5,160 milliamp hour battery. You get 33 watts fast charging. It's Gorilla Glass 5. I mean, it looks as an awesome phone. It even has a Snapdragon 632G. Specs for the price is beyond believable for what you can get. I mean, this put these Samsung phones to shame. Oh, and don't forget that screen also has 120 hertz refresh rate. So these Samsung phones that I've seen coming out, that, these budget Samsung phones that's around $400 or whatever, it put those to shame, in my opinion. And it looks, like I said, it looks to be a great phone, especially for the price, and you get an NFC. But that was the same for the Xiaomi Mi Note 9S. It had NFC at that price point. The version I had was a 64, and you also get NFC, and as a note, you can format your SD card as internal storage. My problem with this phone is that it has the same network band as the Mi Note 9S and as this phone right here, the POCO the POCO F2 Pro. I have a case in it. I don't know if you guys seen it in my last video. Yeah, so I have the vendetta case right here. My thoughts on it is that for people here in the United States, you're gonna have the same band issue. It only has 3 out of the 6 bands needed. Now, in my experience, I don't think you should go below 5. Maybe 4. I'll give you maybe 4. But like I said, with my OnePlus 5T right here, this is my old phone. I went from this to this. With my old phone right here that has 5 out of the 6 bands needed on T-Mobile. And when I go to, the only place I've ever traveled with that phone outside of New York is New Jersey to Tom's River. And out there, my reception, it'd be in and out. Sometimes I have 1 bar. Sometimes I have 1 bar, but I don't have LTE. It drops down to 3G. It depends on where in the area I am. My reception will, I will have full reception, and then I won't have this, even areas where I don't have any reception at all. Now, my brother from another mother, he has the OnePlus 7T, which has all 6 bands. And when we went out there, and even when we went to Connecticut a few weeks back, his phone worked fine. He didn't have any reception issues. He had all 5 bars the entire time. Even one time we even went to Philly, and his reception was perfect. While mine's I still had this phone at that time, the OnePlus 5T, and my reception was dipping in and out, and in certain areas in Philly, and in certain areas where it's strong. So, but he didn't have any problems whatsoever because he had all 6 of those bands. So as I'm saying, I wouldn't go no less than 4 bands. 3 out of the 5, 3 out of the 6 is not good. And then on the AT&T, I believe it only has 2 out of the 5. This is my personal opinion. I do not recommend it unless you are willing to put up with the caveats when it comes to the network band issues that you are going to face with this phone. Now, I did want to buy the phone when I saw it. When I saw it was announced 5 days ago, at the time of recording this video, I did want to pick it up. But then I'm like, to give you guys a in-depth review, I want to actually spend time with it. I want to tell you guys the good, the bad, and I already knew from looking up the specs and comparing network bands, I already knew what it was going to be. And the camera system for the price seems to be great. I've heard great things about it. It has good dynamic range. I think the dynamic range from the picture samples that I've seen is better than what's on this phone. But the POCO X3 NFC, it looks like a great phone for the price that I would recommend to people in the UK, I guess China, but here in the States. If you're not willing to put up with band issue, I don't suggest you get it. Now, maybe if you look at my last video, I did put some codes where you can enable VoLTE and stuff like that. Now, the phone does advertise that it has VoLTE, and the thing is, this phone also has VoLTE, but for some reason here in the States, they're not picking it up. I've even get messages saying that the network is updated and that I wouldn't be able to use my phone anymore. Even about 10 hours before I started to record this video, I received a text from T-Mobile letting me know that my phone is not going to work anymore because the network is updated and the phone wouldn't work is not VoLTE compatible, even though it is. Now, there's a manual way. If you want to know if you have this phone and you want to know how to do that, you can disable the carrier check and enable it yourself, which is what I did, which is what that code allows you to do, and also use Wi-Fi calling without having to register your address and stuff like that. Just turn it on, and you'll be able to do voice over Wi-Fi. So that is what has made the POCO F2 Pro even more beneficial to me, being that I'm only traveling from home to work, which is like 3 stops on the train, and so there's nothing really interfering from, I don't have time to even watch an episode or anything. So, but at work I do watch videos, and the job provides Wi-Fi, especially in areas where reception is bad. I am able to still make phone calls and surf the web and watch YouTube videos and Netflix, whatever. But yes, I'll say once again, I don't recommend this phone if you're not willing to put up with all the bad issues you're going to face here in the States. But besides that, the phone looks amazing. And I forgot to mention one thing. It has stereo speakers. So the earpiece on top was also used as a speaker, and you have also have the bottom firing speaker as well. So it's stereo speaker set up on the phone. Yeah, but this was just a short video, just giving you my thoughts on the phone. If you're interested in picking it up, there will be links in the description where you can have it imported here in the States. But until next time. This is Stuttering Tech. I'm the one and only Stuttering Drew, and support the channel, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.